People are always going to have something to say about you. People are always going to talk about you. And people are going to do it behind your back. Because that's just how people are. Especially those who like hating on other people. And you tend to notice this when you pay attention. And what you notice is it's people that are revolving around you. It's people that are around you for some reason. It might be your family. It might be your friends. It might be the people closest to you. It might be people that you work with. But it does tend to be the people that are around you. And people are going to continue to do this. You can't stop them. But people are going to talk about you because, one, they need something to talk about. And two, they love to hate. People want to hate. People want to find some type of controversy. And if you're doing something that people don't agree with, then you're going to be that person. You just automatically are. Because for some reason, people just don't agree with what you do. And it's most likely because they wouldn't do the same thing. And that's why you got to do what people don't want to do. You got to have that discipline to do what people don't want to do. Because when you can tolerate and do things, when you can tolerate the pain, the suffering of what people don't want to go through, then that means that you're the only one that can go through it. You're the only one that can put themselves through it. Which just means so much. It means a lot. It means that you can do things that people don't want to do. You can do things that people can't do. Makes you a stronger person. Makes you a better person. And that's okay. It's okay. You gotta let them talk about you. If they're gonna talk about somebody, why not it be you? Why not put you at the forefront? Why not make you the subject? You gotta make those people talk about you. Because they're gonna talk about you one way or another. They're gonna talk about you. Whether it's positive or negative. But what a lot of people like to do is speak negative. Because they're trying to fill a void. Because maybe it's something that you're doing that they never had. And you can't be somebody that's an outlier either. Maybe when you were little, maybe you used to speak ill on other people. Maybe you used to bring some type of hate to other people. Maybe not. But most likely, yeah. Even if you were a kid and you saw somebody that had something that you didn't, think about the type of things that you would say to them. The type of thoughts you would think about when it came to those people. It came to that person. How did you feel? And that's just the same way it is with other people. It's going to happen regardless. And this is one thing that's very true. I actually saw a video about this today. Is that it's so easy for people to pull someone else down. It's so easy for people to pull people down. But it's a lot harder for you to pull people up. Because they don't know what it's like to be up there. And everybody starts at a base level. Everybody starts at the bottom. Let's be clear about that. Everyone is going to start at the bottom. But you're going to get to a certain point where you begin to skyrocket. You're going to get to a certain point where you start elevating. You start becoming bigger and better. You start outgrowing people. You just start outgrowing their ways, their mannerisms, their patterns, their behaviors, their hobbies, their habits. You're going to be that person and it's going to happen one day. And when that happens and you try to pull people up that don't want to be where you're at, it's going to be a lot harder for you to do that when they don't want to go through the same things that you did. Because like I said earlier, you go through it because other people don't want to. People are not strong enough to go through the things that you go through. Because you're going to go through the things and they're not. they don't want to go through those things. It's too much for them. And that's why they will never understand why you're at the place that you're at. They will never get it. They will never understand it mentally. They will never understand it physically. And that's okay. And you don't have to make them understand either, because that's not your job. Your job is to focus on you. Your job is to worry about yourself. Prioritize you. You're the most important person. Not what anybody else. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. And that's exactly true. You can never pull somebody up who doesn't want to be pulled up. You can try to pull them up, but ultimately, it's got to happen for them. They got to want it. And that's why you have to stand firm on what you believe. You have to plant both feet in the ground and stand on what you believe and stand what you think is right. It's okay if people talk. People are going to talk regardless. If it's outside of your control, it's not for you to control. And so that's the whole thing, is to be conscious of that. Be aware of that you can't control other people's actions as much as you want to. As much as you want to, it'll never happen. You can try to influence, but control them is impossible. But you can make that mark. Or you might not. And you got to be okay with that. That's the whole thing. People are always going to want to say something about you, whether if it's positive or negative. And that's something that you got to be okay with. Because people are just built like that. People are evil. People are bad. People are sick mentally. And their whole lives, all they've known is tearing other people down. And it's sad for them. But for you, it's different, because you're not like that. And you don't want to be like that. You don't want to revolve around negativity. That energy, that type of negative energy is what drains other people. And you don't want to drain other people of their energy. You don't want to be the person that comes around and people start to move around. That means no one wants to be near you. And it's for a reason. So be the better person. Be that other person. Be the person that people can actually go to. Remember that. Be the person that people can go to. Because if you're that other person, no one's going to want to be by your side. And the people that are not real people. They're never going to be real people. People that are like that don't end up in the right places, don't end up in the right relationships, don't end up at the right place in their life. They don't end up the person that they know they want to be. As everyone has the potential to be somewhere, and you definitely had the potential to be somewhere. But those people don't see their potential. It's like one of those things. Potential is it's like air. It's something that you can't physically see, but you know it's there. Same thing with that dream life. Same thing with your dreams and your goals. It's not something that you can physically see, but you know it's there, and you know it's attainable. And that's why you gotta let those people talk. Let them continue to talk about you. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Because either way, you're going to stand on your path. You're going to stand on what you have going on. You're going to stand firm on that. And you're going to be confident in that. You're going to be conscious. You're going to be aware. You're going to notice. And you're going to see what happens. And eventually, you get to a place where you can no longer be bothered. It's not a problem. And it never has been. The only problem that happens, the only problem is them. They're the only one that have a problem with you. Never the other way around. Everything I just said is simple, not easy. Love you, man. Peace, yo.